Popping, y'all. This is DJ with One Shot Game, man. You already know how the motto go. You get one shot at life, but a lifetime to learn all the game you need to help improve your life. Now, as I always say, you get two choices: the life that has been faithfully designed for you, and the ability to create your own path on the destiny to a different way of living. You know what I'm saying? That choice is also up to you. So listen, before I get into the title of my video, I want to say a big shout out to all my supporters. You guys are great. And even the ones behind the scenes, I see y'all too. So hey, look, the title of this video is going to be on the fact that a lot of us are already born into a system that is designed for us to abide by the rules and the beliefs and the conditioning. Already a standard in that generation, in that circle. You know what I'm saying? If you think anything outside of that, if you believe in anything other than that, if you test it, if you go against it, you know what I'm saying? You have to deal with the reality that the ones that are still conditioned in that mindset and that way of living will disown you and abandon you because you were never supposed to be able to discover who you are. They had every trick in the basket to make sure that you never establish your own identity. Your identity was only supposed to be tailored to the beliefs and the conditioning of this system. Listen, and as you continue to improve yourself and grow every day, that energy is always trying to use things around you to try to keep you in a state of believing and acting in a certain way where that system is supposed to be prolonged for generations and histories and decades, even after long before everyone has passed away at that system. You know what I'm saying? What happens is when you get on the road to self-discovery, you basically create new energy for yourself and disowning the old energy that has been generating in this structure for so long. You know what I'm saying? And what happens is the people that are so comfortable with abiding by the beliefs and the system that goes on in this, whatever you want to call it, circle, bubble, you know what I'm saying? They tend to get upset because now you're breaking down the walls of the energy that existed that they felt as if protected them and kept them safe. You know what I'm saying? It is a defense they use to keep themselves safe from ever truly understanding and realizing the real of what's really going on. You know what I'm saying? And listen, sometimes that could be a little strong for people. Like when you're on the route to discovering who you are and, you know what I'm saying, you're actually having reoccurring thoughts, you know, the understanding and realizing that as you break that old energy and you grow into a new one, your past life will hit you smack dab in the face all over again. And you have to kind of like be strong enough to understand and believe in and truly stand up to what you're going against, because along the route to that, the people that are still accustomed and still in this old energy way of thinking, again, like I said, they probably always thought that's what it was. Probably always thought, you feel me, this is how it's going to be. You got to think about how many people are just stuck in systems where they feel as if they go against the system they grew up in. They go against the people that they love, and some people can't take that. And understanding and knowing, though, at the same time, you being able to disassociate and break the confines of that connection over there, you're creating a new connection for yourself. Like at the end of the day, what is it that you truly want for you? Like you can't keep, oh, I'm going to do this because I got to think about this. Oh, I'm only going to live like this because I got to think about these people. Understanding and realizing that when these people make choices, they don't think about you. They think about themselves. So why is it that, you know what I'm saying, you're going to be structured on a path where you constantly think about how others are going to feel for you creating a life for yourself? I think that's insane and absurd. You know what I'm saying? Because at the end of the day, when it's all said and done, it's gonna be me that you know what I'm saying, leaves this earth. Just like it was only me when I was born. My soul blueprint and who I am. So really, does it really matter if, you feel me, you stay stuck to that energy and that program? And no, it doesn't. It just benefits people while you hurt yourself. You know what I'm saying? And people who you think are gonna have your back when you're doing bad or not, they're actually gonna be satisfied that you're doing bad, because everyone in that energy has done bad in some sort of way. You know what I'm saying? It just, listen, disrupts my mind when it's clearly visible that other family will watch other family struggle and won't care to help. That's when you get to really see the real in who people are. People are really in this life for themselves. So what bad is it for you to be in the life for yourself? Like, for real, it's no, it's nothing bad about it, especially if you're elevating and you're growing and you're gaining peace within yourself after being in a state of having a mind that was so busy trying to help everyone else, be there for everyone else, make sure everyone else was taken care of. That could cause a lot of dysfunction in your brain. You know what I'm saying? Because you're always putting them first and putting yourself last. You know what I'm saying? But when they're doing something, they're putting themselves first and probably not putting you at all. So you got to really think about how beneficial it is to cut them cords. It's going to take a lot of mind reconstruction. It's not easy to abandon the ship that, you know what I'm saying, you have been accustomed to driving and taking over from time to time. You know what I'm saying? The ability to leave that old energy alone and create new energy is very mind-boggling if you are not aware of how it benefits you. You know what I'm saying? Because oftentimes the triggers that we're resurfaced with is just basically your past life hitting you in the face. You feel me? It sometimes takes a hold on people. And people a lot of times can't handle the pressure of being able to create a life for themselves and abandoning the ship. You know what I'm saying? Because the ship is where you came from. The ship is where you originate from. True indeed. You know what I'm saying? But there's nothing wrong with creating another ship. There's nothing wrong with, you know what I'm saying, actually creating a ship where everybody operates the ship and there's no one putting water, making sure the ship sinks. Everyone on the ship is creating a part for themselves to make sure the ship goes. You know what I'm saying? I'm just at a point in my life where I think everyone should be able to have the ability to only associate yourself with people that are happy that you're alive, happy to see your face, happy to, you feel me, support you, happy to acknowledge that, hey, we in this boat and we driving it and we operating it and we playing a position, but as long as the boat gets to the destination, not you driving the boat and you're in it with people who hope it sinks, but they're going to try their best to get out of it first before it sinks so that it only takes you down. Listen, it's weird way of reality, but it's actually really life for real. You know what I'm saying? And you can't hold yourself back from actually stepping out of the matrix of the construction of the confines of the energy you have been in, the reconstructed bubble you've grown up in, because really it's just old beliefs that they were taught and sealed by trauma and pain that they've experienced. So the bubble you're in is so strong because it's sealed by old beliefs, old conditioning, and then trauma that people don't process. They just hold in and they keep living life. So that's a very strong barrier to break out of. But once you get a taste by sticking your foot out and you realize how you gain inner peace, you start to slowly slip your whole body out until you're no longer associated with that energy. And listen, people who want to take it wrong, they'll make it seem as if you abandon people, but that's not the case. I abandon people that are toxic. Meaning if you can't come to the forefront on a healthy version of who you are, you know what I'm saying? I will not associate myself with that old toxicness that stopped me from actually living and being who I truly am. I refuse. And there's nothing wrong with that. Even if you have to leave people behind. I don't care if, you feel me, it's your daddy, your mama, your cousins. Who cares? You feel me? Because while they're off making decisions, they're not thinking about you. They're thinking about themselves. So it's nothing wrong for you to think about yourself. Toxic energy is such a thing of the past, and a lot of the reasons why people are such in distress, that they hate others that don't even have nothing to do with their toxicity. You know what I'm saying? I refuse to live like that. As a human being, I want to be able to leave this earth in peace, not with a broken heart. Now, understand, you're going to get tested. People are going to test you. That's just what it is. That's just a part of it. You know what I'm saying? But once you realize how strong you are, it's easier to fight the battle. You know what I'm saying? You've been fighting it your whole life, if you really think about it. It's been a battle you've been fighting constantly. You know what I'm saying? Now you're just prepared for war. You know what I'm saying? And it doesn't make it that hard. At first, you didn't have your armor. You didn't have no weapons. You didn't have nothing. You were just defenseless, like a little rabbit in a hole. And they kept firing at you, and you had no shield to protect you. You feel me? But as you keep going through those things, and you grow up, and you experience more attacks, and now you know where to get your armor from, and now you know where to get your weapons, and now you know when the attacks is going to happen, and now you know who's attacking you. It's kind of like, listen, I've been preparing for this shit my whole life, because the attacks never stopped. They just kept coming. You know what I'm saying? So you're geared for whatever is going to happen, which makes you more suitable and more powerful to be able to live in whatever it is that is destined for you on your path. You just can't be afraid to travel that path. What's the worst that could happen? Nothing. You know what I'm saying? Just the ability to make a greater life for yourself. I think that's the part that we tend to don't understand. It is about you and yourself. When you get a certain age, it's about making sure that, you know what I'm saying, life is short and you're living it to the best of your ability for you. You know what I'm saying? Anybody that is welcome to join. You know what I'm saying? But you just got to be healthy. Otherwise, you feel me? I'll just refuse. I'm not going to engage. I'm not attached. I've let the cords go. You know what I'm saying? Healthy life is way more better than a toxic life, because you just have so much it feels you have to deal with. Emotions is all over the place. You know what I'm saying? You're too busy fighting other people's battles. Nobody's fighting for you. I'm not. You know what I'm saying? And I have the right to be able to do that just as well as anyone else does. So listen, don't be afraid. Now, the battle in the beginning of being able to separate and cut the cords from what you've always known, it's hard. I'm not going to lie to you and say it's easy, because it's not. You know what I'm saying? But understanding and realizing peace and achieving it is the greatest way to make life to where it flows, instead of to where it gets stopped all the time. You know what I'm saying? You got speed bumps you got to go over every 5 minutes, because people are so busy trying to make sure that you do not break out of this bubble that we have, which is being free. You know what I'm saying? Being able to realize, like, you're not held back by nothing. You know what I'm saying? You could be free to be whoever you want. And oftentimes the confines of the circle you're in doesn't want you to be free to be whoever you are, because they don't know how to be free by whoever to be whoever they are, because they're in the circle of trauma. You know what I'm saying? And old beliefs. And they've been stuck in believing it for so long that they don't know how to, you know what I'm saying, shift their mind to get out of it. You know, because again, a person could be your friend in the flesh and your enemy in the spirit. That's really not your friend for real. And you got to know the difference. You know what I'm saying? Their spirit is haunted by their past and their demons, and they just put on a face to show everybody so it could cover that up. You know what I'm saying? But the spirit don't lie. And that takes it takes constant focus, constant alone time. Your spirit is inhibited by the spirit before you and the spirit before you. If it's turned dark, you'll have that darkness, but you'll have to fight through it to be able to become who you are and operate in light. Otherwise, you'll be a dark spirit just operating in a world where, you feel me, it's easy to cover up if you just abide by the system of the circle that you're in. When you tend to have this ability to break out of it, you're disowned and separated from everyone. You know what I'm saying? But listen and understand and know and never forget, you were born by yourself and you gonna die by yourself. So that means it is okay to be a free thinker. There's nothing that should stop you from being able to be free in who you are. But I've seen it a lot growing up. A lot of us wasn't free to be who we are, because anytime we thought we was, someone in the circle would tell us, oh, you can't do that. Oh, that ain't cool. Or listen. And the one I stand by for eternity is the fact that I'm into women. You don't know how many people I've had tell me, oh, that's not cool. Oh, you don't like that. Oh, you got like, I don't give a fuck what you like. I don't care what you like. This is what I like. You know what I'm saying? And listen, and help me, listen, let me help you understand. A lot of people will try to gain that sense of being free by acting as if they're doing what you're doing to become free, and that's not how it works either. You feel me? You got to understand, people who really put the work in can see clear through that. You're not truly being yourself because you're owned by a family that is controlling you to operate a certain way. You do not know how to be free. You do not try to be free because you don't have the power and the strength to be able to separate yourself from people that are trying to control you because you're too busy attached to them, because you feel you need to have to be something just to satisfy other people. And that is the ability of, you know what I'm saying, being a healer, one that actually wants to heal others but never heal themselves, which means it's very important you separate yourself and cut off them ties to become powerful in yourself, which means everything that you do and who you are will automatically have a ripple effect just due to your energy. You feel me? And you will unconsciously affect other people and give them permission to do the same. You feel me? Always remember, I live by this quote. What is your deepest fear? You know what I'm saying? Make sure you look that up. I've said that in a past video because it's very important. Oftentimes, you feel me, we do not shine in our own light because we are afraid. It's easier to live in darkness. No, it's not. It's a bunch of things happening over there that's not healthy for nobody. It's better to live in your light, but it's a hard thing to do. You know what I'm saying? So listen and understand that it's going to come with some restraints. It's going to come with some pushback. It's going to come with some pull. It's going to come with some fight. You know what I'm saying? But once you finally separate yourself from the energy of what you were born into, it'll be the greatest thing you've ever did. So listen, if you don't know what it is, I just told you. Please make sure you like, comment, share, and subscribe.